years ago. You know, the best example are these little blueberries. The original ones were small, highly concentrated in these nutrients. And now they are big and fat and full of water and sugar with not nearly as many vitamins as they used to have. So you cannot get enough. Been bred out and you can't get enough anyhow. So that it is an ideal product to supplement your diet with. So we make it in several forms. You could take capsules if you wanted to. We also have bars you could take, energy bar, trail mix, and sachets. You can put it directly on your food, or you can turn it into, there are shakes that are available. Did that answer the question?
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Is this product going to be approved by Health Canada and have a natural products number?
Yes, completely approved, 100% natural kosher as well as halal. John, did you have a question? Yes.
What about hypoglycemia? Low blood sugar.
We currently do not have a commercial product for low blood sugar. We have one in development, but we haven't done the clinical trials yet. Now, this product that we have now, it does not, it's not something artificial on top of your body. It's what causes the proper regulation of sugar. So you can't go hypoglycemic. It's not like insulin, where if you took it, it would suck all the sugar out of your body. But we have had problems with people that are diabetic and taking insulin. And then they start taking our product, and their body naturally starts healing itself and returning to normal, and now they're on too much insulin, and they have to cut their drugs back. Actually, this product performs better than metformin, which is the leading drug prescribed for diabetics. But many people, again, we do not treat diseases. It's really important we don't treat diseases, but plenty of people have reversed their diabetes. Another question? Yes?
Okay, with this vitamin that you're speaking of, or the AMPM, I give my grandchildren that range from 7 to 19. They've done the immunity, the older one has done the energy because she's in university now, so she's taking that. Would this be something that would be applicable to a full age range, or is it over this age, or because it's natural and it's vitamin it should be encouraged in their diet? Just
Remember the story about the broken arm.
yeah.
That's really it. Everybody needs it. They don't need it. It doesn't matter if they have any other immune problem or overweight, underweight. Everybody really needs it. And you will find out this, particularly the autoimmune problems, psoriasis, something like that in particular. It'll just wipe it out. It doesn't treat the psoriasis. What happens in the immune system is that about the third step in the immune response is the production of something called tumor necrosis factor alpha. And that chemical is in your blood, and it monitors everything else that's going on for the body to cure itself, whether it's a bee sting, poison in your body, or a cut, or and something from the environment. It tells the body, send out the soldiers, come fix this problem. And tumor necrosis factor alpha in most people, in all of you here, is not regulated. It's a runaway freight train. And the soldiers keep coming. And that general, tumor necrosis factor alpha, is saying, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Why? Because if you had this emulant in your body, it tells the general when enough is enough. And then it slows the soldiers down. So if you have psoriasis or any autoimmune response, the soldiers keep coming, and eventually they start attacking the good troops, and your cells to die. You got to get that tumor necrosis factor alpha, which is critical to help in any type of disease response. But when his job is done, he needs to go home. And he just stays there with the troops, still fighting the battle, and then he's killing the friendly fire, you know? So if you have this in your body, it's like a brake, a governor, and it won't let it get out of control. So give it to anyone. As soon as kids get on soft foods, they should have the product all the way to, if you're on the product, all the time until you die, which would be about 135 years old, right? So if you're on that product. So don't confuse that this insulin is not the 24/7 product. That product is a weight manager. This other product, which is our flagship product, is just about inflammation. It does have weight loss capability, because when your body sees sugar, it doesn't really know what to do with it. It actually quarantines it in the fat tissue. Sugar doesn't go into fat tissue because it's excess energy. In our cases, eating refined sugar, it's putting it in the fat tissue to quarantine it, just like it would a heavy metal. Heavy metal in the blood, it puts it in fat. Another question. Yes.
Can you tell more about the brain product that you're coming out with?
Yeah.
The brain product, well,
Is it like fatty acids or?
we I think it was around 2007, people started reporting, like researchers started reporting, that there was some unknown link between diabetes and Alzheimer's. They didn't quite know what it was, but it seemed that the people that had Alzheimer's were pre-diabetic, and the ones that were diabetic, they had a propensity to develop Alzheimer's. So they didn't know what was causing that. We started looking at the chemistry behind the tau proteins and the beta secretases that develop in the brain. This causes clumps, which is a symptom of Alzheimer's. And we ran computer simulations, and we found out that there was a crossover between the chemistry of what happens in diabetes and people that were developing these plaques. So we just backed up to see how we could regulate those. And at the same time we were doing our diabetes research, and we have clinicals on this work, and we saw that, you know, if we actually, this looks like Alzheimer's is just diabetes of the brain. There's something wrong with carbohydrate metabolism. Now the brain only lives on glucose. It doesn't live on fructose or any other sugar. It lives on glucose only. So you can see, since carbohydrates are mostly glucose, that metabolism is important. If it gets out of whack, the brain is in trouble. So we found out how to regulate that using some of the same technology that we did for diabetes. And we've only gotten that up to the rat level, but we were able to get rid of the plaques in the brain of mice. And so while we were at that, my own father passed away because of Alzheimer's, and we have some other friends that said, hey, you're doing some work. You know, they want anything they could get. So we just let them have it under the counter, you know, just don't want them to talk about it. And these guys recovered. So we haven't done full clinical on it. But in the meantime, we can offer it as a supplement, and as long as we don't claim to treat a disease, but we can call it a brain health supplement, we improve the function of the brain. We'll find out that people that need it, that have senescence, they improve dramatically. Even those that had forgotten how to talk, start talking, you know, recognizing people that come into the room. So we know it's there. If we take this further onto a drug, we'll have to do a lot more study on it. But right now, we can offer it to the public as a brain function companion. And that probably will be the third product that Valentus comes out with from us.
One more question on the brain injuries and things like that. Would it, because I hear mostly about plaque and
Well, what about brain injuries is the question. Well, it depends on what type of brain injury. Just like with diabetes, if you get a physical injury to your pancreas, you may not be able to produce insulin. And so that's not a chemical metabolic system, it's a physical problem. Their cells are gone. They can't do it. Brain is real similar. Some of the concussion problem where the brain tissue is damaged, it's much more difficult to do anything with that. However, our flagship product has been shown to stimulate stem cell growth. And at least in the pancreas, it's been shown that we've turned the pancreas back on. People that were type 1 diabetics that had no insulin production started making insulin again. And that can only have happened through beta cells coming from stem cells. So we have hope that we can coax this chemistry a little bit and then be able to work on things like concussions and injuries like that. Okay, raising me down here. We'll take one more question. I hope it's dead. All right, that's great. Thank you. I'm glad you're here.